You already know the fields from the Foundation series. What we have never done together is actually add a profile, start to finish, using every field that matters, not just the ones that come to mind first. So, who belongs in your system? When someone comes onto your campus as a new guest, or a ministry event participant gathers with you for the first time online, or makes a first time contribution, the ministry begins when you add their information into your church management system. And here's what I really want you to hear. It comes down to three things: when you add them, how you add them, and how you keep up with ministry management that follows. Get those three right, and you will know 6 months from now whether this is a person actively becoming a part of your church family or a name ready to move to inactive. So, someone new walks through your door as a guest, fills out a Connect card, or streams in online for the first time. They hear something they like, something about your ministry made them want to reach out. And what they hand you in that moment is a powerful, don't miss it nugget of opportunity. Your system has to be designed to capture that information to begin the ministry management process. The foundational fields for entry you capture have to include last names so we never repeat the 200 David you remember from block one, an address, a phone number, a birth date, a gender, and family position. That means the entire family, every person in it, captured individually, not just whoever signed the card. Watch me build one of these for you right now.
Click Add a Profile. The first thing it's going to ask you, is this a person or personnel or a business? Second, it's going to want to know who the immediate family member is. Is this a head of household or a spouse? You may have called that adult one or adult two, or whatever other immediate family member that we're talking about adding here. You will notice you can simply go through and use your tab key to move from field to field. I'm going to give them a title so that I can send things formally. I may do so from here. And then I simply just use my tab key and move from field to field. If a person goes by their first name that you've typed in here, leave preferred name blank. Otherwise, if they go by something different, be sure and type that in, and the system will address them as such. As you will notice here under display name, it'll actually let me go through and it automatically takes care of that for me. I can also set a suffix if it's a family member that needs that. And then I can go down, type it just like you would a mailing label. Again, use your tab key. You can choose a primary preferred phone number, typing that number. It automatically formats it for you. You choose what that preferred number is. Is it home, mobile, work, or other? I always recommend home or mobile first. If they gave you an email address, be sure and put that in, format it correctly. Every individual should have their own email address in the system. You could send them a realm invite from here if this is somebody that's already established in your congregation and you're using Connect. If it's a multi-campus church, you can choose a campus here.
But here is what most churches never think to add on day one, and it is the difference between a database and a tool that actually serves ministry.
Add a birthday. Very helpful for determining ages of the person, and then it'll automatically format it for you. If it's a single, separated, divorced, married person, you can come in and put that in, assuming that you capture that information. You can put their member status, and you'll see all of the different member statuses that you can choose from, and you will have set those up when you set up the profile fields.
Membership status, and I want to be careful here because most churches confuse this one. Membership status is usually a denominational or a congregational polity decision, member or not yet a member. This is an entirely different thing from life status, deactivated, deceased, spouse of a member, child of a member. Those are not membership statuses, those are life statuses. And mixing the two together is exactly how a church loses track of who is actually still connected. and an emergency contact because the day you need that field, you need it fast, not after someone starts hunting through old church directory. Does every church need every field? No. Every one of these deserves a real filter before it becomes and earns a spot into your information management system, not just excitement about a new feature you just discovered. I run a real test on every field a church wants to add. Skip that step, and you end up with fields nobody's using, or worse, fields that everyone assumes are current, and when they do a query on them, they find out that nobody has touched them or kept them up to date. What that filter looks like for your church is a conversation, and it is different every time I sit down with the staff. So that is the front half of managing one profile well. Know who belongs, capture them completely as they give you that information, not just the fields that come to mind first. Next time, we will look at the other end of that same profile. What do you actually do the day someone moves away, stops attending, or passes away? I have a word that I do not let churches use lightly, and I will tell you exactly what that is and what to do instead. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications, and share this video with a church staff member who is still adding people to their system for just the first name only. Blessings to you, your family, and your flock. I'll see you next week.